Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is Wednesday, and you know what that means. It is Timeless Elite Wednesday with your PR princess, your Timeless Elite of WWT, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me, on this special edition of AEW Dynamite. And, well, we're just kicking off with the Death Riders. I know they got a trios match. We see Master and Leader in Command, Jon Moxley, giving word to the troops. Because everybody from the Death Riders' actions tonight. Well, Ospreay, he's facing off against his familiar foes from New Japan. You have Yuta, John, and Claudio going up against Brodido and Místico. Marina, Shafir. I think Ospreay needs to get himself familiarized with it. Yeah, Marina Shafir, she's going to be in one of the 2 qualifying matches for Survival of the Fittest for the TBS title against Harley Cameron. But I think we're going to kick off with the trios belt. Yeah, but it was a 3 big matches. But we're going to kick off with the trios match. Obviously, of course, we know Bandino will be facing off against Jon Moxley for the Continental Championship this weekend. Continental rules apply. Everybody is banned from ringside. Shout out to Eddie Foster in the chat. I'm happy you guys are doing. I hope you guys are loving Hump Day this week. I hope you guys had a great week. I've busy, productive week, but I'm happy to be with all of you. As we mentioned during WWT, it's a big weekend full of wrestling. Obviously, of course, Saturday we have Night of Champions. Sunday, we got a triple header this weekend. We have TNA Slammiversary, NXT Great American Bash, and AEW Forbidden Door. So there's a lot of wrestling happening this weekend, but that's okay. I think one of the things is you have to learn how to pace yourself. You got to learn how to pace yourself and make sure you keep up with everything. But we get to see the former tag team champions Brodido. And obviously, of course, Bandino is still the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. And he has held that title for over a year. So congratulations to the most wanted. He's just been holding that title well. And I think it's sing-along time because Místico from CMLL is here. He is the reigning CMLL Light Heavyweight Champion. Shout out to Jeff Metterling in the chat. It's a big weekend. But here's a sing-along time with Místico. And also, he's 1/3 of the CMLL Trio champion. But it's awesome to see Místico there. He's super popular. As I mentioned, CMLL had 60 sold-out shows so far. And they've entered mainstream fray when the popular boy band BTS made an appearance. And Místico had a customized jacket. I always love it when some of my interests always collide. Seeing wrestling and boy bands come in. I mean, we had BTS make an appearance at CMLL. Also, I saw the video that Carly Bravo from the Infantry posted. Him, Red Velvet, and I think that was his son, dancing to NSYNC. And I was just like, ooh, oh my God. It's just like boy bands and wrestling. That's just my cup of tea. And I love it. I said to myself, if Tony Khan could get a boy band to come to AEW, hey, come on, let's go. But we're kicking things off with a huge one. We're going to see who's going to kick off. Who's going to face off against Wheeler Yuta. That annoying little runt, but it looks like it's going to be Bandino. I'm very happy. Ooh, and I'm listening in commentary. Nigel McGuinness is on commentary tonight. So always good to see Mr. Nigel, Lord Nigel McGuinness. It's going to be interesting because Nigel's doing commentary and Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be competing tonight, especially with the fact them two competed last year at Forbidden Door. It's crazy. Oh, boy. Well, Boza, I take everything with Uncle Dave as a grain of salt because, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at his opinion. Shout out to Lynette in the chat. I have not heard the rumors regarding Liv Morgan's injury. Definitely a lot of rumors. And then shout out again to Eddie Foster. But I don't know. But here we go. Wheeler Yuta, Bandino going at it. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning this trios match. Do you have the Death Riders, or do you have Brodido and Místico going in there? Yes. Jeff Mitterling, I know you've been asking for Nigel, because most of the time Nigel does Collision, but it's always a once-in-a-lifetime treat to have Mr. Nigel McGuinness make an appearance on AEW Dynamite. But it's going to be very interesting on how he commentates with Zack Sabre Jr., because him and Zack have met before last year. It's going to be interesting. But I love Bandino, and I love that he's kind of making his mark in the waves a bit. Okay, so Lynette, she's taking Brodido and Místico. Boza's 50-50. It's going to be very interesting because, like I said, Bandino and Jon Moxley are going to face each other this weekend for the Continental Championship. So we get to see a little preview between these two guys go at it. I will say Jon Moxley has made that title relevant because you have people that you would not suspect or even think about going up against him, even if they didn't compete in the Continental Classic. So he is making that title relevant, which I love. This is not a shot at Okada or anything, but yeah, it makes me happy to see at least. It makes it relevant. Shout out to Jordan from Canada in the chat. I'm happy to be on you on a Wednesday. And like I said, we got a lot of action. We have some ladies in action tonight. We have 2 qualifying matches for Survival of the Fittest for the TBS title. Obviously, I mentioned Marina Shafir. She's in combat mode because she will be facing off against Harley Cameron. If I were Marina, I would not take Harley Cameron seriously because she could be going crazy. And with the fact, too, they met at the women's Blood and Guts match. So they got some 2 to tango. But I'm excited for Red Velvet and Queen Aminata. I'm just excited to see Red Velvet on AEW main television. It just makes me happy because I know Red Velvet's been doing great as the reigning Ring of Honor women's TV champion, but it's nice to see her on the main flagship show of AEW. It just warms my heart to see. It just makes me happy to see some people we have not seen in weeks come into AEW's main flagship show, which is Dynamite. But here comes Místico. Místico and Claudio, these guys know each other very, very well. As I mentioned, Claudio is a former CMLL World Heavyweight Champion, and that is held by, and somebody correct me for this, I believe Hechicero is the reigning CMLL World Heavyweight Champion. But Jon Moxley flexing to the crowd. Oh boy. Místico looks like he hasn't missed a beat, which I love. And it's like, doesn't matter what arena you in. It could be in the States. It could be in Mexico. Everybody loves Místico. And that's always a good thing. And Brody King and Claudio, these guys know each other very well since they competed in the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament. It's just a lot of meat. A lot of meat between these two. And I love it. I love that Brody is finally getting opportunity because I feel like he can be a main player. Oh, then thank you for that, Bosa. Because I was like, I knew it's Hechicero was the reigning CMLL World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, you don't want to mess with Brody. Brody has a lot of bag of tricks that many people would not know. Because I remember when he stared down with Bobby Lashley. Brody can play. That was a good move. See, he learned from his friend Brodido. He learned from his buddy. They are such a good tag team. The Most Wanted. Here we go. I just love it. See, this is a way to kick off because, and it does have a theme for Forbidden Door in a way because you have representation from CMLL. And also people don't know the history because Claudio and Místico probably interacted with one another. Can't forget about some of the history that's there. And I also believe Daniel Garcia wrestled at CMLL a few times in the past, I believe. And I always love it when some AEW stars come in to the fray. They come into like either CMLL or New Japan or Stardom. It's just so fun to watch. And I love it because, like I said, we've seen Daniel Garcia wrestle there. We've seen Bandino wrestle there. My main squeeze, Orange Cassidy's wrestled there before. So it's nice. And obviously, of course, Mercedes Moné wrestled there. And now Thunder Rosa is now wrestling at CMLL. We did find out in the pre-show buy-in that Thunder Rosa is going to get somebody from CMLL, and they are going to take on the Divine Dominions for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. I think so, because I think it starts at 7, I believe. Woof, woof. Yes, and we're on picture-in-picture. Hold on, let me see. Because I could have sworn it started at 7 with the pre-show. I think it may start early because it's in LA. Yeah, because they're in San Jose, California. But let me see. Yeah, no, pay-per-view starts at 8. I think because it starts at 7. I think because it's like in LA time. It's going to be very interesting. So, but we do have a stack card. As I mentioned, you know, we have the survival of the Fittest qualified matches. Well, Ospreay's taking on a familiar foe in New Japan. Swerve Strickland's taking on Daniel Garcia. We have Konosuke and Takeshita taking on Ricochet for the AEW International Championship. We're also going to hear from Team Mark Briscoe and his conglomerates, along with Takeshita and Darby Allin. And then, of course, well, we got the other team, MJF and the Don Callis family, which I could care less about because why would I want to listen to them? Because it's going to be a lot of egos getting in the way. And MJF is a champion, but he won the grand prize. He has everybody gunning for him. And that's always the perk of being the AEW World Heavyweight Champion and also being at the top of the game. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, but yes, we are gonna get coverage. Obviously, of course, I'm definitely doing Forbidden Door for watch along. I may hop on for TNA Slammiversary because I didn't get to share my thoughts over the fiasco that's been happening with TNA in a couple weeks, and I feel like it needs to be addressed in a case study because there's so many angles with this. I feel like I need at least like 2 days to really dive in on this and with the fact too, because I really want to see Slammiversary be solid, but it's going to be very interesting. And also I get to share my thoughts on it and also what could be done with TNA. But we're back live. We're back live with AEW Dynamite. If you are hanging out with me, we have a trios action happening. We have the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, that little runt Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Brodido and Místico from CMLL. It's like Forbidden Door started a little early. We're unlocking the door, and I'm very, very excited. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with Bandino. I mean, it should have been Kyle O'Reilly that beat Jon Moxley, but I guess if it makes sense, I wouldn't be bad at Bandino if he won, because Bandino's very likable. The fans go crazy over him. He's helped out with Ring of Honor in the men's division, even though we all know the forever women's champion has held that honor back. I'll just watch the mic catch. I know, Jeffrey. It's so hard because Sunday is just going to be crazy. And also, don't forget about some of the independent shows that are happening this weekend as well. There is a few independent shows happening. But yeah, I mean, look, I never complain. It's just like kind of managing where everything is. And I know Saturday, it's going to be Collision this weekend. But I think right now they have the matches for the main card set. They just have to find out the matches for the pre-show, which I'm pretty sure we'll probably get either tonight or on Collision. Nice move by Místico. That's why he's good. I'm good. Yes, Jeffrey. And also a friendly reminder too, Ashe will be having their show on Saturday. So if you're near the area, make sure to check out Ashe Wrestling because they are putting bangers of a show and they're doing a lot of work. So I love that Ashe is doing their thing. So had to do that plug in for the people at Ashe. Tag is made to Brody King. And he's be see. I just love Brody because he always comes up against twice his size. With Claudio, even when he went up against Bobby Lashley, I've never seen anybody attack Bobby Lashley the same way Brody did. And oh, here comes Jon Moxley. He's trying to put the submission hold, but Brody's like, not today. Yes, Ashe is such a good show. Shout out to the professor as well. They're doing incredible work at Ashe. It is so good. Cannonball to Brody, onto Jon Moxley. I kind of like they did start off with this trio first, but I think it's going to build up throughout the night because, like I said, Marina has a match against Harley Cameron for the survival of the fittest match for the TBS title. Oh, wow. Bandito trying to do a deadlift on a Claudio. Almost did it, but he did a suplex. That little runt wheeler Yuta. Drop kick by Místico. Here comes Brody. That was a nasty close-on he did to Jon Moxley. I'm not going to lie. That was insane. But here comes Brody. Marina Shafir. Marina needs to not get involved. Marina, you have a match later on. You need to focus on Harley Cameron. You got to focus on Harley. I mean, I know, Marina, you want to get involved and everything else, but you got a match against Harley Cameron. But your winners of the match is the Death Riders in this trios match, which kind of helps build up John a bit because I understand they got to build up John before his match against Bandito this weekend. Oh, look at Maria Shafir. She's trying to play mind games with Bandito. She's really trying to play mind games with him. But, girl, you got a match you got to focus on later. Because you better not think Harley Cameron's an easy walk in the park. Because Harley Cameron could be a little bit crazy. But she got better wrestling-wise. But just don't underestimate or feel the wrath of Harley Cameron. But yeah, she was taunting Bandito a bit, but I think with Bandito, he knows what he has to do. He knows. Ooh, and speaking of this, I got my main squeeze, Orange Cassidy, Takeshita, Kyle, Roddy, and Darby. And it's crazy. Darby Allin is supposed to be getting married this weekend. He's supposed to be getting married. Oh, and I love Renee's shirt. Shout out to Rebel, by the way. Rebel has been fighting ALS since this year, but I'm very happy AEW is in support of her. So shout out to her because she's putting up a fight with ALS, and I'm happy the entire wrestling community. He said, but Orange, I just love Orange. He's like, I'm just here, so we all have backpacks. I'm just here, so we have all backpacks. Where is Mark? Oh, he'll be in the ring. Oh, poor Orange. Oh, Orange. There's nobody like Orange Cassidy. That's why he's one of the most beloved stars. But we're not wasting any time because Marina's still here. She's getting ready for Harley Cameron for a qualifying match for survival of the fittest for the TBS title. Let's see. We're going to feel the wrath. I will say Harley Cameron has gotten so better. And I love this theme because if you didn't figure out, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, the Babes of Wrath, attended, and they're showing it. They attended the movie premiere of Supergirl the other day. So it was nice that they got to do it on socials. I love it when AEW stars do red carpet stuff like this. It makes me very excited that they're versatile and you can't be the same one. I just love it. I really, really do love it. But here we go. We have Marina Shafir taking on Harley Cameron. And I do love Harley Cameron's outfit because it's a homage to Supergirl, which comes out this Friday. there's a lot of movies that come out. Last week it was Toy Story, and this week it's Supergirl. So I hope you guys get to enjoy some movie time this weekend and see both of those movies. Because, of course, I definitely want to see Toy Story 5 because I grew up with Toy Story. But here we go. We have our first qualifying match for, I know, don't worry, Jeffrey. I'm pretty sure she's going to be barefooted. And, of course, it doesn't surprise me that she's taunting Miss Harley Cameron. But like I said, don't underestimate Harley Cameron. She's one half of the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. And and so far, we have 3 women so far that are already advanced. Persephone, Chris Statlander, and Hikaru Shida. We have this match. We also have Red Velvet and Queen Aminata. We're just waiting on the last match. Who is going to be in that last match? How is that, Jeffrey? There is a 5 happening. I do love. Well, Harley Cameron's releasing her inner Supergirl, which I love. Ooh, nice crossbody. Boza, I hope they don't put it on the pre-show. I mean, if anything, if they're going to put the qualifier match, at least do it on Collision. If you're not going to put it on the pay-per-view, don't put it on the pre-show. I'd rather for it to be on Collision. Like, at least have that set, and then you have time to promote it. So, I'd rather for them to do it on Collision. Oh, man. She's kicking. But I will say, I think Marina's starting to get more comfortable with some of the other women in the division because I know it was a little bit of a task for her. But I think go home, Darby. I'm laughing at these comments. Go home, Darby. Go to your get ready for your match. Please don't put or don't put. Oh, Jeffrey, why don't you like Big Boom AJ and Big Justice? I mean, look, if you don't have to like him or anything. Oh, hold on, because I'm looking at. Oh, My Adventures with Superman is back. I'm so happy they brought that show back because I enjoyed the first season. Actually, the first 2 seasons of it, and it was so good. I'm so happy they bring it back, and I'm very excited because it's a nice, solid series. But anyways, I'm watching this on picture-in-picture. Oh, Jeffrey, don't. I will say Big Boom AJ and Big Justice are a lot more entertaining than some of the influences that WWE has and TNA combined. I will say they are more entertaining. I was there live when they had a match, and the crowd went wild. But I understand. But, you know, they're entertaining. You can't deny that. I'd rather see R-Truth. Oh, Jeffrey. Well, R-Truth and Danhausen would be funny together. It would be funny. But I know R-Truth is teaming with Damian Priest, and they're funny together. But hopefully. Oh, she's fine. I kind of knew for a fact she would be barefoot. It was only a matter of time. But I will say, I'm happy to see Marina Shafir get a lot more comfortable with the women's division in AEW. She's wrestled against Willow Nightingale. She wrestled against Chris Statlander in a tag team match. Obviously, with Timeless Tony Storm. Was in a part of the first ever women's blood and guts match. So I could see most of the women's division handling her. I could see that happening. So I think that's something that she is learning, and I'm happy that she is starting to be a little bit more comfortable in that division because I do think she can be an asset. And there's a reason why Jon Moxley picked her, where not many people did, because he does have an eye for talent. He does have an eye that many people may not even know about. And I'm also checking to see if there's any updates in the news land because it's just crazy, not just in wrestling, but outside of wrestling because my day job, I work in PR and just checking everything to see what's going on. It can be a little bit of a hassle, but, you know, that's okay. That's okay. But we're back with AEW Dynamite. We're having our first of 2 qualified matches for the Survival of the Fittest match for the TBS. We have Harley Cameron, or as we call her, Supergirl, because of the new Supergirl movie that's coming out, taking on Marina Shafir. Can the Death Riders go 2 for 2? But can Supergirl, Harley Cameron, pull off one of the biggest upsets of her career? That's why I said I hope Marina doesn't underestimate Harley Cameron, because she can be a little bit crazy. And that is true. And like I said, Boza, she is second in command for the Death Riders. She is second in command. And I love the banner that they have outside the ring of Supergirl. See, I wish they did transform it into like a Supergirl Metropolis setting, because that would just been so cool. Because I know I like the themes that they did, especially when Superman came out last year. I just wish they had like the Metropolis or everything. It would have been so cool. I just love the themes. I'm laughing at Nigel's commentary. Come on, Supergirl. That's why you are Supergirl. Supergirl did not back down from any villains. Well, I was talking about Harley Cameron. Because people think she's crazy. Any woman that can walk class. Yes, Jeffrey. If you did not see that Cincinnati street fight between Shane Taylor Promotions and the Death Riders on Collision, you better watch that, because that was a good match. That was a really, really good match. I wouldn't be mad at either lady advancing, but it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. See, Harley's putting that half a Boston crab. See, Harley's got some submission holds that many people not know. Well, that is true, Jeff Metterling. You do have a point there. A lot of people did too. Oh my God! Harley got the victory. See, she's Supergirl. See, I need to play the Supergirl song. Harley Cameron picked up one of her biggest wins, and she is advancing. My God. I wonder what they're going to do for the last qualifying match. Supergirl. I mean, Supergirl. That's what it is. Supergirl. I'm looking at Nigel's face. I'm looking at Nigel's facial expression. Oh, Nigel. Well, you can tell Marina's not happy. Well, the Death Riders have 2 more matches to go. Oh, trust me, she'll be fine. But if you did see Collision from over the weekend with the Owen Hart women's qualifying match, Maya World picked up a victory over her mentor, the forever Ring of Honor champion Athena. Now she's going up against her biggest match this weekend against Mercedes Moné. But it makes me sad, because I was saying this on Monday. I'm like, you let Maya World pin Athena during the tournament, but you didn't let her get pinned for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. That's just something I want. I'm surprised Athena and Mercedes are working together with the fact that Athena is still pissed off. And even though Athena is still pissed off at her from the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. It's going to be very interesting. I know, that I don't get. I'm like, why can't it? And also with the fact, too, Maya World should have been Ring of Honor Women's Champion. That's all that happens. But Maya World is continuing her Cinderella story. But this Saturday on Collision, her tag team partner, Hyon, and Maya World are taking on the team of Mercedes Moné and Athena. Oh, God. And also the countdown for Forbidden Door will happen after Collision this Saturday at 10 Eastern Time. So that's a match for Collision. And we're going to go with the Aerial Assassin, Mr. Will Ospreay, because he's going to be facing off against a familiar foe from New Japan. Yeah. Well, Boza, I wouldn't say Will Ospreay is an official member of the Death Riders. I would just say it's temporary, because it's going to be very interesting, the dynamics between him and Swerve this weekend. And if Will Ospreay wins, and for some odd reason MJF survives Mark Briscoe, it's going to be very, very interesting on how the road. And then also you got to throw in too, Kenny Omega, because there is a pay-per-view happening in July in Montreal, Canada. So it's going to be a lot of elements happening to this. But if I were Will Ospreay, I would be very, very careful. Because if he wins the title at All In Wembley Stadium, he better watch his back, because John Moxley's going to be right there. Will Ospreay. Good, I'm so torn. I know, Jeffrey. It's so hard, because I have nothing against Mercedes. I respect her as a wrestler and everything else. She's worked very, very hard to get where she needs to be. Mr. Ospreay Windsor. ELP. You guys should know the history between him and Ospreay. ELP. Well, Ospreay knows it very well, but as I was saying regarding Mercedes, I have nothing against her, because, you know, she's probably a cool person in real life. She's a really great wrestler and everything else. The problem I have with her fan base is thinking, like, since she came in AEW, all the rest of the women's division are scrubs, and it's like, oh, nobody can elevate. You can. You just need more than one person to move the needle. And I was going to share this on WWT Live, but thank God I didn't, because Tony Khan said in an interview that he picked out his new 4 pillars for AEW. It was, yeah, you have to see ELP. I think you know what? I was at a New Japan show in February when they came to Trenton, and he was wrestling there, and he was really good. He was very, very good. And if you're not, you're in for a treat if you have not seen ELP. But thankfully, I got to see him at a New Japan show. I think for me, in a way, what was I saying? Oh, thank God we didn't talk about this WWT Live, because this would have took like the whole stories if we didn't. So Tony Khan put out who were the new pillars in his mind for AEW. Tekla, Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight, and Mercedes Moné. Now, granted with Tekla, because I can understand she's been there. Kevin, I can understand. Kyle, I can understand. The reason I'm very questionable when it comes to Mercedes is because she's already established. It doesn't matter if she wrestled WWE, in New Japan, or anything else. She's already established in a way. And also with the fact, too, she already has the reps. I know, Jeffrey, shockingly enough with Swerve. That's a whole conversation. But it's just like Mercedes already has the reps. And it's kind of like a slap in the face for some of the other women that have been there since day one. And yeah, you haven't developed a lot of character development with them. There are so many other women that I could really think of. I mean, hey, my gal Toni Storm, she's a multi-time. The ace of the women's division, Hikaru Shida. Like, come on. I would love to see that. Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter. But I get why. I understand. But it's like, Jamie Hayter could have been somebody. I know with the fact too with Jamie, because like she's injured and she got visa issues. But it's like, I kind of understand why, but at the same time, it's like it should have been. Or another person that you should have picked for Ring of Honor, who actually carried Ring of Honor on her back, is Athena. That's the person I would think is Athena, because she carried Ring of Honor on her back and also did so much. And it just really sucks that they didn't, I don't want to say they didn't acknowledge it, but they should have done a lot more harder when she achieved those milestones, when she achieved everything else. It's just something that bothers me. It's nothing against her. It's just, I don't think Tony, well, I'm not going to put it all on Tony, but whoever's in the office or executive boards at AEW really need to check who is in their women's division. Like, who you trust can carry it. Because I'm going to tell you, Mercedes can't wrestle forever. You can't depend on Tony. You can't depend on Mercedes. You can't depend on Tony. You got to tap into some of your other ladies. And thankfully, I wish I was in that boardroom because I would definitely provide a lot of character and support and listen to what they have to say, because there are so many characters that I could develop with Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Taya Valkyrie is another one. I mean, Taya Valkyrie has been a friend of WWT for a while. Like, Taya has so many ideas. She's doing so great. Like, Taya is another person that I wish they would do a lot more. And even like with Athena. Yeah, the women's division is good, but it's like you need to show equal with all of them. Just not one or two. You got to show all of them. That's why, like, I said this on Monday regarding Mercedes and Maya World, because if Mercedes wins, you got to show the character development side of Mercedes, especially if she goes against Tekla, because Tekla is going to get in her head. She's going to find the weakness. And also with the fact too that she has the triangle of madness. And this is where Mercedes is going to really have to go out of her comfort zone a bit. With the fact she burned a bridge with almost every single woman on the roster. But she's going to kind of have to lean in because, okay, you don't have Tony, you don't have Willow. Okay, here's what we can do. You can tap into a person that was a former AEW Women's Champion. And she also did something that you haven't accomplished yet, was beat Tekla, and that's Jamie Hayter with the Brawling Birds. But if you want to continue the story between Tekla and Stardom, you can bring in some girls from Stardom to help. So that's just all I want. It's just the matches are there. I just want good, consistent storytelling. Exactly, Jeffrey. That's what I'm saying. Like, she can't be in there forever. And who knows? Once her contract is up, she may go back to WWE. Well, if, WWE gets their act together a few years from now. But, and that's why I push. Yes, me too. I want that to be a good long feud. I've been begging for a blood feud between Jamie Hayter and Tekla for the last couple months, and I feel like they bring it. It's been a while since we've seen a really bad blood feud, and there's a few blood feuds I would like to see. I would like to see Jamie Hayter versus Tekla. I would love to see Sheeta versus Statlander. I would love to see Kevin Knight versus Speedball Mike Bailey. I know he's working with Darby right now, but I would love to see Speedball versus Bailey. Speedball. But we're back live with ELP from New Japan. He's taking on his former foe, Will Ospreay. If you have not watched ELP, this is an automatic treat. I actually got to see him at a New Japan show in New Jersey in February. It was my first time going, and I like it. I enjoyed it. He got some moves. So this is a treat for you. And I'm happy that they're both having this match. We need Mercedes. Yes, Jeffrey, we need Mercedes versus Camille. That's another thing, too. I'm like, where is Camille? I would love for Camille to compete in the qualifying matches. I would love it. It's just, where's Camille? For when I see, yeah, he's really good, ELP. Like, if you go check out some of his archive footage in New Japan, he's somebody I would not want to mess with. But yeah, they're going over Forbidden Door week. So tonight, Dynamite, Saturday, Collision. Obviously, of course, after Collision, they're doing the countdown to Forbidden Door. And then Sunday is the big dance. It's the big, big dance. In fact, I know, Jeffrey. It stings. I understand. It stings. It stings. That's why I always root for some of the people in AEW that not many people talk about, and I see. That's why I'm the timeless elite of WWT, because I got the woman that got me into AE. I'm not gonna say clients, I'm gonna say friends that I made, friends that I pick and choose to be in their corner. Obviously, my gal Toni Storm, because she's the reason I got into AEW. My guy Freshly Squeezed, Orange Cassidy, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor with the Brawling Birds. ELP and Will Ospreay are just going to blows with each other. And then, of course, I have my guys Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. Can't forget about them. So I got to support my peeps. I got to support my peeps. It looks like Will Ospreay got a tan. It looks like he got a tan. Well, at least we're getting a little bit of a preview. He look like, doesn't it look like Will Ospreay has a tan? I didn't even realize it. Well, it looked like a slap fest between ELP and Will Ospreay, because these guys know each other so well. You got lots of Jeff Fetterling. I got a lot of people I love in AEW, especially on the women's side. Well, actually, everybody from the women's division I love. I just want to see them shine, because I think all of them bring a unique quality. It's just the people that book them. That's the question. But of course, I got to support my gal Toni Storm. I got to support my gals, the Brawling Birds, because I actually do love Jamie Hayter. I feel like Jamie Hayter is somebody I could see leading that division. I could see it. And I said this last year when she faced off against Mercedes at Double or Nothing. And I asked Tony Khan the question, could you see Jamie Hayter being a future leader in the women's division? And he said yes. I need to bring up that clip of that media call that I did last year. Quick kick out by Will Ospreay. Oh, and nice fact, Jordan from Canada. ELP is good friends with Jay White. See, that's another person we have not seen in a while is Jay White. We've seen everybody from the Bang Bang Gang except Jay White. And I would not be shocked if Jay White made his return at Forbidden Door this weekend. We haven't seen. I know, Jeffrey. Don't get me started with the Brawling Birds. Don't get me started. Because I would love to see them back on TV. Styles clash. Oh, man, that was a nasty hidden blade. That has to be it. 3, and that's it. Your winner of this match is Will Ospreay. That was a nasty hitting blade. Yeah, where is everybody? I wish I could say, Jeffrey, I don't know what happened with my gals, the Brawling Birds. I wish I could tell you. I don't even know who's going to be that last qualifier match for the TBS title. It better be Jamie Hayter. She better be in that last qualifier. Oh, see, that was a good match. Jamie Hayter and Billy Starks. That was a really good match. And I love it. The winner of the match is Will Ospreay. And also, we did find out from Boza, and I think they announced this tonight, the main event is going to be Konosuke Takeshita taking on Ricochet. Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think they'll be back after Forbidden Door. It's a very interesting Forbidden Door season, and I do think it's a good opportunity for CMLL, Stardom, and New Japan to kind of do it. And also for the fact, too, because we haven't seen him tonight, Pac has a match this weekend. Yeah, here comes Swerve. It's funny how they transition from Will Ospreay to Swerve Strickland. Well, here comes Nana. I'm not gonna lie, he had the headphones in. Whose house? I love it. I love that he changed it up. Like, whose house is this? And he has the headphones on too. By the way, if you have not checked out Swerve's account at AEW, it looks like he's in partnership with a headphones brand. And I'm happy that Swerve is doing it. Look at Swerve. I just realized that he has a headphones partnership, and it was just posted a little bit before Dynamite came on. So I'm happy Swerve is getting a lot of. I love it when wrestlers get that type of exposure and brand opportunities. It makes me happy. Yeah, Pac is going up against. He's going for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. Pac has a match this weekend, so I'm happy he has a singles match. But look at Will Ospreay. He's going to the back. Well, here comes Swerve because he'll be facing off against Daniel Garcia. Is it called Swerve? No, Jeffrey. It is not called Swerve Beats. Hold on, because I follow Swerve on socials. Because I just saw it. I just saw it earlier today. And it's on his socials. So I'm gonna look it up. Let me see, because I just saw it earlier today. Well, here comes Daniel Garcia. Why is he coming from? Well, I guess it depends on the stadium, but he's coming from outside into the building. I guess they wanted to get the Death Riders out of the way. Okay, so Jeffrey, let's see. Heavy's Audio is the name of the brand, and it is available now on Shop AEW. So it's a partnership between Heavy's Audio. That's the name of the brand. I guess they wanted to get the Death Rider stuff out the way first. They want to get that out the way first because there's other stuff happening. Because I think the segment between Team Mark Briscoe and Team MJF will probably happen later on the show. Here comes Daniel Garcia. I know, two heels. That's a rarity. We never see two heels go at it. I think because Swerve, you know what it is? I think because Swerve doesn't like Swerve Beats. it does sound really good. But I'm looking at Swerve because I'm like, Daniel Garcia, please keep your mouth shut. You think Swerve really cares? And both, I'm happy because I know they put a blurb in. And you see Prince Nana wearing the headphones around his neck. So shout out to Nana for it. Which, why? I do like Nana. Nana is very entertaining as a manager. What is Daniel Garcia? He's acting like such a hothead. You can tell it's a slap face between these two. I think Swerve is like, I've had enough of your slap fest. I'm just gonna beat you up. There's a reason why he's the most dangerous man in AEW. But it's not to surprise me that Swerve and Will are gonna main event. Second time they've done it, which is at the same pay-per-view from 2 years ago when Swerve was AEW World Heavyweight Champion and faced off against Will Ospreay, and that was a banger of a match. It's gonna be very interesting and different. And it's funny, last week they mentioned about where's Hangman? Well, Hangman is taking a break, which he should, but it's gonna be very interesting when Hangman comes back. Because per the stipulation, after he lost to MJF, he can't wrestle for the AEW World title. So very curious on where his next side quest is going to be. It's going to be very interesting. I'm just laughing at Swerve. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Do you have Daniel Garcia or do you have Swerve Strickland getting the victory? I think it doesn't matter if he's heel or not. The fans are going to cheer for Swerve anyway. But I will say Daniel Garcia has starting to grow under Jon Moxley. Seeing a little bit of growth, seeing what he's gone through, learning the psychological and mental of wrestling. Maybe, well, that's a good idea, Jeff Metterling. He could. Rooting for yes, Jeffrey rooting for Swerve. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice tactic that Daniel Garcia did. That was really impressive. Daniel Garcia is really putting punches on Swerve. And I don't think this is the first time these guys have met one-on-one. I'm pretty sure they met previously. Who's he looking at? I'm like, who's he looking at? Ooh, nice drop kick onto Swerve. And we have referee Stefan that's officiating this match. Referee Stefan. Who's he looking at? Who is Daniel Garcia looking at? Oh man, that was a nasty kick by Swerve. Man. Oh boy. Well, for me, I'm in picture, but the match is still going on. If you're hanging with me, we're almost at the 9:00 hour, the final hour of AEW Dynamite. We have Daniel Garcia taking on Swerve. Why is Prince Nana arguing with referee Stefan? Let Stefan do his job. Mid-air house, right? Oh man. Swerve stomped Daniel Garcia's hand on the steel steps. Now you want to talk about John Moxley being violent. Swerve takes it to a whole nother level. Like between Swerve and Darby, they just take violence to a whole different level. And they're immune to pain. But hey, we shall see on that. But you're hanging out with me because we are on the final stop before Forbidden Door this weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday, hump day, getting ready for this jam-packed weekend of wrestling. Crazy. As I mentioned, I will not be on WWT Live Friday and Monday because my birthday is on Saturday. Oh, yes, and Hangman. Shout out to William Borges. It's happy you're in the chat, but my birthday is Saturday, so I will not be on WWT Live for Friday and Monday. So I get to celebrate this weekend. You will be getting bold predictions from me early because I think they got all the matches for the main card. I think they just had to fill in for the pre-show, but I think we got all the matches for the main card set. But I will make sure to post my bold predictions. I'm very excited. It's hard to believe. And it's crazy because during my birthday, and I realized it, there's been a lot of wrestling moments that happened on my birthday, which I didn't even really think about. Obviously, of course, John Cena made his debut on my birthday on WWE SmackDown. Obviously, of course, they had the pay-per-view, the Great American Bash, where JBL won against Eddie Guerrero, beat Eddie Guerrero for the WWE title in a Texas Bull Rope match. Obviously, of course, CM Punk had the infamous pipe bomb, heard all over the world. Also, with the fact, too, we saw last year when SmackDown was in Saudi, where CM Punk came in as Thugonomics to John Cena. And John Cena also delivered a pipe bomb as well. It was just craziness. But I had so many wrestling moments. It's just crazy to look at. But I will be off WWT Live Friday and Monday. So I get to spend a little downtime and relaxation. And also with the fact, too, tomorrow, and we're back. Hold on. We're back live with AEW Dynamite. What's Swerve? Yikes! I hope Swerve didn't shatter his knee. Oh boy. Well, Daniel Garcia has been making work on that knee. I hope Swerve did not shatter that knee. Because I don't want the main event to be I don't want the main event to be mediocre, but what's Daniel Garcia gonna do here? What's Swerve doing? Oh man, that was a nasty drop that Swerve did. But anyways, as I was saying, I have to really think about women's moments that happened on my birthday. I'm actually going to Google that right now, especially during this match. Yeah, because I've had a lot of men's moments. Let's see. Well, last year I had Julia defeating Zelina Vega to win the WWE Women's United States Championship. Then NXT Gold Rush, Kiana James ambushed Gigi Dolan by dumping a bucket of paint. I have to see. I mean, there has to be some good moments. I know, obviously, of course, John made his debut. Because I know there's been many episodes like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, obviously. Yeah, like Julia defeated Zelina Vega to win the WWE Women's United States Championship. Yeah, Raw 2005. What happened there? Oh, it was the draft lottery that happened in 2005. Oh, 2005 was the draft lottery. Oh, yeah. And I think that was, Monday Night Raw. Hogan, Cena, and Shawn Michaels defeated Chris Jericho, Christian, and Tyson Tomko. And I believe that was the start of Hogan and Shawn Michaels' rivalry at SummerSlam. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice, Jeffrey. You and Crystal share the same birthday on November 11th. That's really dope. I had to look up Memo for 2005. Daniel Garcia has that ankle locked in, but Swerve made the save. Come on. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate the early birthday wishes. I do appreciate that. Try to be the best host for WWT when it comes to AEW. Quick kick out. Oh, man. I think Swerve's going to end it right here. What's Daniel Garcia? He's been doing this dance for quite some time. But I think he's going to do a Styles. Why is everybody doing the Styles Clash? Quick kick out by Swerve. I know, it's crazy. 2005 draft. Because I remember they did drafts way back then. That's going to be a killer main event. Takeshita and Ricochet. That is going to be fire. And I will say, I do like Ricochet's heel character. And it makes me happy. Ooh, kick out by Daniel Garcia. Well, I kind of figured. Well, shout out to Boza. So Excalibur told us Tony Khan added a stipulation to the main event. Everybody's banned from ringside. Kind of figured that in a way because you could imagine a lot of chaos happening. But as you said, Jeffrey, everybody paying homage to AJ Styles because people don't realize AJ Styles made a huge impact. I know people. Hidden man, he used the hidden blade. That's the move what Ospreay uses. And that's it. Your winner is Swerve Strickland. I guess Swerve is making a note to Will Ospreay, like anything you could do, I can do better. And you know it's great. And as I said, they're friends in real life. And if you saw Swerve's interview for the Battleground podcast, he said they've been friends for over 10 years. And with the fact too, Will Ospreay was on Swerve's podcast a couple years ago because they were talking about Batman and other pop culture stuff and obviously wrestling. But it's just interesting because usually the best friendships that you have outside the ring are usually the ones you have the memorable blood feuds with. Like, who can you work with? I mean, man, Swerve ain't done yet. Swerve is not done. Well, here comes Will Ospreay. Man, I didn't think Swerve would attack Daniel Garcia like that, but here comes Will Ospreay and Swerve. Woo! Trying to do the hidden blade, but Prince not. Oh man, he did somewhat of a house call. Okay, let's see. Both of you said in the chat. That reminds me, Square Wrestling Academy in Georgia. Nice. Oh yes, AJ's son. Like I said, friends make the friends do make the best feuds. I mean, him and Hangman, him and Will Ospreay. Here comes Daniel Garcia. He's trying to take the bullet for Will Ospreay. Oh man. Phew. I will say Daniel Garcia has taken the most serious bumps ever. From MJF to Adam Cole. And now this. I mean, hey, Daniel Garcia is a trooper. He's taken a lot of bumps. Yeah, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. It's kind of crazy. It's like the next. Well, here comes Dr. Samson. Here comes Dr. Samson checking on Daniel Garcia. I hope it's on his neck. But, I mean, the Death Riders do have unity, but they can also put violence in too. But Swerve, he can take it to another level. But they're also talking about the steel cage match. Team Mark Briscoe taking on Team. Oh! Okay, so they're showing the promo of Mark Briscoe. Sorry, but breaking news from WWE Evolve. Nikita Lyons is the new WWE Evolve Women's Champion. So congratulations to Nikita Lyons. That is huge. And I do want to appreciate everybody for hopping on with me. And we're on the final hour of 9 o'clock. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe Forbidden Door season is here. 6-on-6 steel cage is going to be insanity. I don't see why not Mark Briscoe. Yeah, I don't know why Mark Briscoe can't get a shot for the AEW. Oh, Lordy, and now I got to deal with this creep. Oh, boy. And then I'll be like, I got something important to say. Oh, boy. And Jeffrey, you're right. Andrade does dress like Inspector Gadget. I'm going to say Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Do, 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 do. Kevin Knight does be good as a heel for the TNT champion. There's going to be so much egos on FJF's team. He's going to bite more than he can chew. Oh my God. It should be Takeshita and Fletcher. I don't need Okada for the international. He needs to go for the AEW World Heavyweight title. That's what Okada needs to do. Greatest team full of egos. He's telling them to get out of here? Man, you telling Rocky and Trent to get out? Man. You said Kyle Fletcher hates Kevin Knight. Everyone. Well, yeah, pretty much. I would say not everybody. I would say Kyle and Andrade. Well, mostly Andrade. Oh, Lord. Is that money? Oh my God! Look at those I would not pay for those kinds of t-shirts. Look at everybody. Look at Kevin Knight. Look at Kyle Fletcher. Look at Okada. Look at their faces. Oh my God! I'll never forget what Takeshita said. I'll never forget what Takeshita said. Okada, I hate you. Oh, Sindel's in the chat. Yeah, I know. You gotta pay me to wear those. Shout out to Sindel in the chat. We haven't seen you on WWT Live. I know you'd be on Honey Night SmackDown, but I'm happy to have you on. It's always a treat to have you on, Sindel. Yes. Obviously, Jeff Metterling. I mean, come on. Mark's team is conglomerates. And plus, all of them despise MJF and the tag team and the Don Callis family. So he's nah. But here we have Mr. Jungle Man himself, Jungle Jack Perry, because he's going to be facing off against Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. will be facing off against Kenny Omega for the first time this weekend. I know, Sindel, you can finally get to catch me on a timeless Elite Wednesday. And it's cool because it's the final stop before Forbidden Door. Because we do got some ladies from your favorite promotion, Stardom, that will be crashing the party. Starlight Kid's going to be making her first appearance on AEW soil against Tekla for the AEW Women's Championship. We did see Hazuki put on a banger of a performance for the Owen Hart Cup Women's Tournament. So I'm happy to see her. And I just want to see Sari. I know she couldn't compete, but hopefully we get to see Sari on television soon. But I'm so yes, exactly. And also I want them to keep continuing the feud between Tekla and Stardom. I just want this to be an ongoing feud. I don't want this to end at Forbidden Door. I need them to continually ongoing this. But Jack Perry, Zack Sabre Jr., who do you guys got? Who do you guys got winning in this match? Do you have Zack Sabre Jr. or do you have Jungle Jack Perry? And it's going to be very interesting for Nigel too, because as I mentioned, Nigel faced off against Zack Sabre Jr. last year at Forbidden Door. It was a good match, by the way, too. Nigel has not skipped a beat. And I think it's going to shift over to the tag team match where TMDK are going to be facing off against the Young Bucks tonight. So I think they're kind of going to segue into that, which it wouldn't surprise me at all one bit. But feel free to put in the chat. I don't care. Jack Bentley's like, I don't care who wins. I mean, that seems fair. Andre's debut, how do you know? I'm kidding. I'm like Andrade. How do you know? How you know? Yeah, I think both they have to go segue. So I wouldn't be shocked after this they do TMDK versus the Young Bucks after this. So at least they can segue for this. Well, yes, Sindel, I'm really happy for spoilers because I know SmackDown was a taped episode on Tuesday. Surprise, surprise. I'm used to this SmackDown being taped on a Tuesday and airing on a Thursday. But it's going to be very interesting on the last Friday before Night of Champions. It's going to be a very good match between... I always like seeing Zack pop up. I know he's faced off against many, many, many stars on the AEW. Many. Nigel, My guy, Orange Cassidy. Will Ospreay, I believe, on the AEW soil. I know he faced off against a few other people, Zack. But it would be nice for him to pop up in AEW that's not Forbidden Door, because he's a really great technical wrestler. I just would like for him to pop up when it's not Forbidden Door season. It would be nice for him to just come out. Quick kick out by Zack. And also, I recommend, I would definitely check out some of his matches he had with Orange Cassidy, because those were good matches. Wearing Taz's I know, it's like you're wearing Taz's colors, and I'm sure Taz will forgive Zack Sabre Jr. I don't think it's too much personal. He doesn't. Taz does not age. But like I said, Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the most technical wrestlers in the world. If you have not seen if you have never seen a match of Zack Sabre Jr., you are in for a treat. Yeah, he has. He has found the. Oh, the chat is so alive and well, but I'm happy. Ooh, Jack Perry showing at least some strength. Nigel knows. Like I said, he faced off against Zack Sabre Jr. before. And you can see the other members of TMDK outside of the ring. David Call. Yep. Well, here comes the pit. Yep. That was one of his talls. But I do know one thing. Well, it's very hard, because I guess for AEW, it's very hard. Exactly, Jeff Metterling. Once you see Zack Sabre Jr., you gotta be impressed. And I know a lot of times people don't watch AEW on a week-to-week basis, and it's very hard to understand, but I'm happy I get to do watch-alongs like this, because I started watching this in 2022, and at first I didn't, but I kind of understand it in the most craziest of way. And sometimes I have to be constructive criticism of myself, because, I say, you need to showcase a lot more of your women's division. You need to showcase more of your tag team division. You need people to do this, and this. I will say for the men's division, there's a lot of versatility for the AEW World Heavyweight title picture. There's a lot of angles that they could go with. And also their mid-card for their international and TNT. The men, I will give credit, because at least it's a lot more versatile, and everybody has a chance to win, and it's not scattered. I mean, obviously, of course, you have MJF being the top guy, I guess. But you have other guys that you can lean on, like Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Brody, Bandino, obviously Will Ospreay, Swerve, Kenny, Mox. There's so many guys in the male that you can lean on to. Not just for the women. We need to change that a bit. Oh, nice. See, Sindel, you're more than welcome to come to my watch-alongs on Wednesdays. I know people have a lot of time with AEW, but there's a lot of things. It's because Christian. That is true. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with seeing Christian there. Edge and Christian were there last week. Well, Jeff, I mean, the main event was SmackDown last week. It is what it is. I mean, I can't really vouch on that, but can't really vouch, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. Nikita Lyons is the new Evolved Women's Champion. I mean, she worked very hard for it, and obviously she trained in the dungeon with Natty. But I'm very, very happy that she did it, but just got hey, at least no shame in that. At least he's honest about it. There's no shame in that, sir. But we're back live with AEW Dynamite. We have Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Jack Perry one-on-one. And pretty much it's technical wrestling at its finest, folks. I couldn't even imagine being in that type of ooh, I hope Zack's okay. Here comes Jack Perry. Let me, because why my TV's so loud? Let me turn on my TV. Okay, I was on mute. You don't mess with referee Bryce. Bryce is a tough referee. Him, Aubrey, Stefan. You don't want to mess with those referees. Shout out to CDD 333AR. So as a person that has to represent Toni Storm, apparently after Revolution, she was supposed to face off against Marina Shafir, but she got mysteriously attacked. And there have been a lot of reports that she is going to be gone for the rest of the year. It's not injury related. People are saying like, oh, she's pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? If she wants to take a break, she deserves to take a break. And if you want to talk pregnancy with her, go talk to her husband, Mr. Juice. So I think with Toni, she's going to be gone for the rest of the year. And if she wants to take a break, she wants to take vacation time, hey, I have all respect for her because wrestlers are human beings at the end of the day, and they deserve time off. And maybe she probably believes the women's division can thrive without her. That's why, like, Toni and everybody else in like the creative and booking, everything else, they need to learn like what can you do in a world where you don't have Mercedes, you don't have Toni, you don't have Willow, you have other ladies that you can lean and trust on that can carry the division on their backs. But I know my lady Toni Storm will be fine. No pressure. I know. She does. She deserves time off. She deserves some rest. Hey. When she comes back, she comes back. But we still need to find the mystery on who attacked Toni Storm because Detective Courtney's on the case. I have been a little bit MIA because I had to take care of other things. But Detective Courtney is on the case on trying to find out who attacked Timeless Toni Storm. But I will say this match between Jack Perry and Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty solid. Technicians in the game. I know, right? Yes, Tekla. And I met Tekla last year at WrestleCon in New Jersey, and it was her first appearance in the US, and I loved it. She was great. She's a really great person. She's super cool, super chill, and she's just been making her mark. And I really am intrigued by the storyline between her and Stardom. Like, if you saw New Japan Social, she attacked the president of Stardom. And I'm like, this girl is just really pushing the limits. And I love that. That's what we talk about with Forbidden Door. I want them to continue that storyline. Just continue that ongoing storyline. It doesn't even have to end. Just continue that. Well, Jeff Metterling, Willow Nightingale unfortunately suffered an injury. She faced off against Red Velvet for the TBS title. I don't. I know, Jordan from Canada. It's Tekla is an interesting character. She's fun to watch. Ooh, nice close on by Jack Perry. Watch out for TMDK because, like I said, they're supposed to be facing off against the Young Bucks tonight because the Young Bucks are involved in that 3-way tag team match this weekend. Quick kick out by Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. He's putting a submission hold on it. First time watching. Yeah, he's good. Zack Sabre is really, really good. He's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. And I'll oh, Jeffrey with Tekla spider references. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's why he's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Your winner is Zack Sabre Jr. And he's getting ready for his match against Kenny Omega this weekend. I'm glad she's done a widow spider. She would have. Oh no. Yeah, he is. Oh, and we see Dr. Sampson checking on Jungle Jack Perry. I had no idea. Well, surprise, surprise. It's a super kick party. And you know, when you hear super kick party, you have the Young Bucks. Oh, here come the Young Bucks. 45-second countdown. Are they really giving them money? I hope that's paper money. I don't think it's actual money. That has to be paper money. But as I mentioned, they're facing off against the remaining members of TMDK right before they have their tag match this weekend at Forbidden Door. That's the team. That's the team I was mentioning. Well, Jeffrey, it's really interesting because nothing would shock me if it's real. It would shock me if it was real money anyway. It really wouldn't. But since we are taking a commercial break, I do want to mention about a cool new initiative that we have on Women's Wrestling Talk. And that is the Women's Wrestling Archive, where we celebrate the past, the present, and the future of women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything for the Women's Wrestling Archive. All support helps because we get to celebrate everything for women's wrestling. And Jeffrey, you know, that's really interesting. I'm surprised that I'm surprised. Well, I guess when it comes to tag team pillars, you got to put maybe because it's interesting because they're also EVPs, but I think tag team wise, you can't forget about. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Young Bucks, but I do respect them wrestling wise. on what they brought into AEW. They kind of put a ban on themselves. And they went to every single wrestling company, except obviously we know who the obvious one is. But yeah, they came in. But yeah, the Young Bucks want to get back on top again and be tag team champions. Yay! Yay! Also, if you saw Dax on socials, Dax and Cash are going to take a break. Or Kenny Omega. I just realized FTR is going to take a break. I don't know how long they're going to be out for, but they are planning to take a vacation and do some R&R. No telling what they're going to do, but they deserve rest. They don't need to go for tag team gold when they come back, but I'll take it with a grain of salt. It would not shock me at all if it was Edge and Christian versus the Young Bucks versus FTR at All In Wembley Stadium, because I feel like I've seen this story play out many times. So, we shall see. Don't get me wrong, they are a good athletic team. You cannot forget about the synergy that they have. The Young Bucks is a relationship of 2019. And they say, yeah, is Stokely go? I have no idea if Stokely's going to go. I have no idea if Stokely is going to go with them, because he ain't got... I don't know if Stokely, because I know the man says he ain't got no hoes. So I don't know if Stokely's going to join him. But yeah, I guess it may be the match. Edge and Christian versus the Young Bucks versus FTR, I guess. Yay. I mean, you can tell by my voice I'm being sarcastic, because I've seen the trilogy between the Young Bucks and FTR AEW. It just... I've sat through it. And it's like, eh. And at least I'm being honest about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great tag team wrestlers, but it's like, what's the point of the story? But here come the Young Bucks. Tag is made Nick Jackson. Crossbody off the top rope. But like, I think some people picked the Young Bucks in the chat. But feel free to put it. Who do you think you have in the chat? Do you have the members of TMDK, or do you have the Young Bucks winning? And they're going to have that. And as I mentioned, the Young Bucks are going to be part of that tag team showcase this weekend at Forbidden Door. It's going to be a good match, though. Jeff Merlin picking the Young Bucks. Well, yeah, it's a super kick party. It is a super kick party. And your winners are the Young Bucks, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah, so they're showing them the triple threat match. Oh, we see Zack Sabre Jr. and everybody from TMDK come out. There's just one person missing, and I'm not talking about Jack Perry. That's Kenny Omega. Could we see an appearance from Kenny Omega? See, I said his name, and he shall appear. Kenny Omega. Look at Kenny. Kenny looks like, oh, and there's Jack Perry. After getting checked by doctors, you see the stare down between Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Omega. You know, with everything Kenny's been going through with the stomach pain and everything else, he does look like he had the gift of beat. There is Kenny. And it's going to be very interesting with the dynamics between him and Will Ospreay, because people think John Moxley knows Kenny Omega's weakness. Does Kenny Omega know John Moxley's weaknesses? Oh my God. Who does not? Who will not forget that? He's my comic relief. Kenny. Well, yeah, Kenny does make you laugh. I'm looking at his t-shirt. I'm looking at his t-shirt that he's wearing. But yeah, Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr. for the first time. Ooh, Kenny's talking. There's Kenny. He's such a Brit. He's such a Brit. Oh, he's such a Brit. Woof, he's such a Brit. Zack Sabre Jr. All right, so we have the AEW Women's Championship. Starlight Kid's going to be making her appearance on Stardom for the first time. And Starlight Kid will be facing off against Tekla. Because of the ongoing. I just want the feud to keep on going. This has been fascinating. Oh, they're showing the clip from what happened over at New Japan over the weekend. She's attacking the president of Stardom. Man, she really gave him a butt whooping. And she said he deserves a front row seat. See, I would not be her boyfriend because she gets, oh, she's not that bad. And there's Starlight Kid that came out. See, I can take her as a vicious and psychotic heel. Because that's what AEW needs. They don't have many strong heels in the women's division. And that's why you have Tekla. I mean, she's not crazy, but it's a good thing. See, but she's crazy in a good way. But we have another qualifying match for the TBS Championship, Survival of the Fittest. We have our friend of WWT and the reigning Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion, Red Velvet. It's always nice to see Red Velvet on TV, on the main flagship show. Jeffrey, my favorite. I can tell Jeffrey is the biggest Red Velvet fan in the chat. And I can't blame him for that. I can't blame him for that. Who doesn't love Red Velvet? And we have Queen Aminata. I'm so happy to see Queen Aminata back. I mean, I don't care who wins. I'm just happy to see Red Velvet and Queen Aminata on the flagship show of Dynamite. I love it. And I do love that Queen Aminata has her heritage on her ring gear. I love it. Bow down to the queen. Yes, Jeffrey, you're right. Bow down to the queen. So far for our Survival's Fish, we have Chris Statlander, Persephone, Hikaru Shida. Shockingly enough, we have Harley Cameron, where she shockingly pinned Marina Shafir earlier tonight. And we have this match, and we just have one more qualifying match. Who's going to be in it? I have no idea. But here we go. And it's so nice to have two, and this makes my heart happy. We have two women of color on AEW's flagship show on Dynamite. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It just makes my heart smile Just a friendly reminder, Wednesday, July 8th is Beach Break in Clearwater, Florida. We also did confirm we do have one match announced for Beach Break, and it's Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Jericho. And yes, 2 women of Ring of Honor women's division. Quick kick out by Queen Aminata. Feel free to put in the chat who you guys got winning. Do you have Red Velvet winning, or do you have Red Velvet, or do you have Queen Aminata advancing? And Bosa, just to let you know, with Ciampa versus Jericho, it will be on Beach Break, July 8th in Clearwater, Florida. It will be on Beach Break. Exactly. It's like, for me, I don't care who wins, because I win in life. I'm seeing 2 women of color on AEW's main flagship show on Dynamite. So Jeff Mendeling's picking Red Velvet. It's just hard because I want both of these ladies to advance. But it's gonna be very hard because I love both of them. Okay, so Kevin Knight's gonna be taking on Desmond Xavier for the TNT Championship on Collision this weekend. What are the matches? Okay, so we're gonna have Hyon and Maya World taking on Mercedes Moné and Athena in tag team action right before Maya. One of the biggest matches in Maya World's career against Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door. Yeah, I did see that. There's a few more matches happening. Here comes the queen. Oh, man. Super kick. I think Jordan for Canada is still celebrating from the Young Bucks Super Kick Party. Well, there'll be more of that Super Kick Party this weekend at Forbidden Door, because they will be in that tag team showcase this weekend. I want to know when's the last qualifying match going to happen. It better not happen on the pre-show, because I would be very upset. It should happen on Collision. Either Collision or Dynamite next week. But it is picture in picture right over here. Red Velvet can pull off. Exactly. She can do both. Red Velvet can pull it off. What? Let's see. It's very hard because I can't choose. Because both these ladies are going to kill it. So it's like, I don't care who wins. I know. Queen Aminata, because she had a neck injury. She couldn't compete at women's Blood and Guts, which really sucks because she would have delivered. And hopefully she's 100% healed. Now you know how I feel. Yes, Jeffrey. Hardest decision to make with this weekend between Mercedes and Maya World. Decisions. For the side. Yes, Jeff Erling. I'm not going to disagree with that on that. Mercedes will be AEW Women's Champion. Because if she does, and I said this, if she does win, she's going to have a very interesting road. Because I think we need to see a little bit of character development shed of the CEO. Because Tekla can play mind games and she can get in your head. And she can also bring out the triangle of madness. So this is where Mercedes going to have to step out of her comfort zone a little bit. Because I know for a fact she cannot handle the triangle of madness. And I would not be shocked if Athena backstabbed her. Aw, so Mickie James had an all-women's pay-per-view showed. Oh, that's nice, Jeffrey. That's nice. And you've been a fan of Red Velvet ever since. But we're back live with AEW Dynamite between Red Velvet, Queen Aminata, the second match of the qualifying match for Survival of the Fittest for the TBS Championship match. Who's going to get the fifth spot? We don't know who's going to get the final spot. I just hope they put it on Collision or Dynamite next week. I don't need it to be on the pre-show. I'd rather for it to be on Collision this week or Dynamite next week. But this is such a good match between both of these ladies. I love it. It's smiling, but she's it. Yes, she is. Queen Aminata still. Both these ladies are in it. I need these ladies to give it their all. Oh, it is next week. Oh crap. Well, I guess I can't believe Survival of the Fittest is next week. Well, I guess they better do a qualifying match for Collision. I just don't want it to be on the pre-show. I just really don't want it. Yes. Yes, definitely. Get well soon, Miss Willow Nightingale, because when she comes back, she'll be stronger than ever and achieve her goal as being AEW Women's Champion. Because I think if she was still in the tournament, she could have faced off against Tekla, which would have made a lot more sense because you need a strong baby face to go up against Tekla. Like I said, Mercedes and Maya, it could go either way. It could go either way, 50-50. It's just if Mercedes wins, she kind of has to go out of her comfort zone. It would be crazy. That would be interesting if she did come back as heel, because then it's like, who is your strongest? Outside of Tony, because Tony's already over regardless. You have to find a strong baby face to counter Willow Nightingale. Because if Willow's heel, could you imagine Chris Statlander being babyface? I'm just saying. What's Red Velvet doing right here? Oh. Quick kick out by Queen. Queen Aminata's fighting. I give her a lot of credit. She is fighting. She is fighting. Her pounds would have made an extra. Yep, it would have been an extra impact. It would have been like, bam. These two ladies are just going at it. And I'm not mad at it. Red Velvet slapped Queen Aminata. Woo! It's funny that they're friends in real life because they know each other so well. Ooh, that was a nasty headbutt Queen made. That was a nasty headbutt she made. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. 3, and your winner is Queen Aminata. And with the fact too, she pinned the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion. but I'm happy she won. I'm so happy to see Queen Aminata back. I need to. She knocked the strawberry down, right? She knocked her out with that headbutt. Woo. Who's gonna get the last spot? No matter what happens next week. Yes. Oh yeah, I would think so because she pinned the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion. Like that has to be number one contender. And Renee is backstage with the Young Bucks. So yay, they're trying to get their way back onto the tag team titles. Yay! What's happening? Oh, there's Anti Christian. Who are they beating up? Oh, they're beating up the dogs. Clark Connors and David Finlay. They're like, we're just beating. I love Anti Christian. They're like, oh yeah, we're just beating up on the dogs. They're beating him up backstage. You can tell it's gonna get really ugly. They're really gonna get it. And then with the oh, that has to hurt. Jeez, hanging up with the mega people. Oh boy. There's Anna. Clark Connor sprayed hairspray on the edge of Christian. Oh boy. Jeez. Clark Connor and David Finlay just put a rampage on the edge of Christian. And just remember, they were facing them for the AEW tag team titles this weekend. It's gonna be a good match though. Oh lordy, now they're choking out. They're choking them out with wires. They're putting them on their necks. They don't, but they're gonna get a taste of Edgy Christian this weekend. Clark Connors and David Finlay. Then with the fact too, Gabe Kidd returned from his injuries. Yeah, lots of testosterone back there. What the heck? I guess they're. Oh my god! Are those the glasses that Christian used to wear back in the Attitude Era? Wow, talk about a throwback or a callback. That is crazy. Yeah, first title defense, but oh, I love the commercial Supergirl. Yes, our main event. I can't believe it's the main event already, and it's almost 10. Woo! My God. Crazy. But I do want to thank everybody for joining with me on this final go-home show of Forbidden Door. Yeah, we're in our main event. We have Takeshita, Ricochet for the AEW International Championship. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But it's been a fun, solid show. It definitely hit some of the notes. I was very happy. We got to see some presence from New Japan, Stardom, CMLL. I know, busy July. I know it's going to be a busy, busy one. Supergirl. Yes, Supergirl. I mean, we got to see our own Supergirl, Harley Cameron. We're on the brawl. Jeffrey, don't get me started on my gals, the Brawling Birds. Don't get me started. Well, Alex Windsor was married last week, so I give her some credit. No, wait, not last week. Yeah, she was not this past weekend, but the weekend after that. She was married. So I give Alex Windsor some time because she may want to enjoy her honeymoon or something. But don't know where Jimmy Hayter is. I just hope she's okay. I just hope my gals, the Brawling Birds, are okay. But I think they're going to be fine. And I'm okay with that. And also, I got to see my guy Anthony Bowens on Ring of Honor last week. Him and the Ops jumped on Ring of Honor for a bit. And you could tell there's a little bit of tension between Anthony Bowens and Hook, because I'm going to tell you something. Once Anthony's stock rises, that is when you're going to see a little bit of jealousy from Hook. And especially with the fact, too, when Samoa Joe comes back after filming Twisted Metal. Don't worry, Jeffrey. Megan Bain and Lito Cross will be there at Forbidden Door during 0 hour. So don't fret on that. And but yeah, Anthony and Hook, there seems to be a lot of tension, because I'm going to say, once Anthony's stocks rises and when he starts to get gold, you can definitely see the tension between him and Hook. And I think, and I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, because I think this could be a good segue to reunite the Acclaimed in a way, but doing it very slowly. Because I know with Anthony, he's learning from Samoa Joe, the person that's been in the business for so long, and Shibata, you have Hook, and then when it starts to creep in, they're going to be probably thinking, especially Hook, Shibata, and Samoa Joe, he's going to be thinking, you don't have everybody with you. And then that's where you bring in Max Caster, and you have to take some time. But it will happen. You just have to learn how to be patient. And my boys are going to be fine, because they're doing solo work, they're doing the thing, so. Oh, Lord, Zero. Well, here comes Ricochet. As I mentioned, everyone's banned from ringside. He's not going to have the Gates of Agony. It's going to be a banger of a match, Ricochet and Takeshita. The Here comes the Alpha. Ooh, he changed his entrance from red to white. That's really interesting. I wonder what it means in like the Japan and Asian heritage, where like everything is white. But here's Takeshita. I think white face. That's what I'm thinking, because I'm really, and I'm so happy. Like I said, I'm happy that Renee is wearing Rebel shirt all night. If you did not know, Rebel is diagnosed with ALS, and not just throughout AEW, but everyone in the wrestling community has been in support of her after a recent diagnosis. That's why AEW is doing the shirts, they're doing the bands in support of Rebel, where some of the proceeds are going to go to organizations that are devoted to ALS. So that's a good thing that AEW is doing. And I love that. I love that they're doing stuff like this, and it makes me really happy. And yes, Boza, because we didn't talk about it on WWT, River City Wrestling is on a Rebel by putting her in their Hall of Fame this July. So happy, happy, happy. And yes, Jeffrey, he's sending up prayers to Rebel as well. She's making a huge impact, and I'm happy to see them. But we got our main event. We got Ricochet, Konosuke Takeshita. And it's funny, these two guys, this is not the first time these two guys face off against each other. But feel free to put in the chat who you guys got in this high-flying, extraordinaire duel. You got Takeshita retaining, or do you have Ricochet winning? But I'm going to pick Takeshita to retain, because I want to see what his reign is going to look like. And I just hope booking doesn't drop the ball. Takeshita, not even close. Jeffrey, he said not even close. I'm gonna pick Takeshita because I want to see what his reign is going to look like. And it's hard to believe it's only 9:55. I just can't believe it's 9:55. And with the way we had for 8 matches, pacing is actually not that bad. The pacing is actually not that bad, and I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed. And with the fact we have 2 women's matches on the card tonight. Mind-blowing, which I love. And we didn't have that part, Jeffrey. I just can't believe it. Quick kick out by Takeshita. Oh, definitely. I remember Rebel when she was in AEW. Yep, Rebel came in 2020 because she aligned herself with Dr. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter at that point. Oh, nice. They're showing the commercial for Forbidden Door. Just a friendly reminder, if you do want to watch Forbidden Door, you can watch it on YouTube, Amazon Prime. But if you have HBO Max, you can watch it for $39.99. Which isn't bad, but it's not bad for $39.99. And also, yep, thanks for the reminder, Jeffrey. She was also in TNA as well. They're chanting ball. I knew they were going to chant ball sooner or later. Well, they're always going to call Ricochet bald anyway. I believe we're on a phone. I had to check my phone because there's so much happening in socials. Is like insanity, but got to be very careful with socials because some of these narcs in the world, I feel sometimes they don't think. They just want to say it just for clicks and everything else, and we don't think about it. But final break of the hour, main event, Ricochet, Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW International Championship. right before Takeshita. Ooh, that was a nasty fall that Takeshita took. I hope he didn't shatter his knee, because I don't want nobody to be injured ahead of this weekend. Also, with the fact, too, Darby Allin's getting married this weekend. So, and it worked out better because Forbidden Door is in the West Coast. Darby's in the Pacific Northwest. I hope somebody posts photos from that wedding, because I definitely want to see some of the photos. I just want to see if Darby's going to wear a tuxedo or something. So, but I'm happy for Darby. He found romance. And Saturday on Collision, we have the TNT Championship. Kevin Knight taking on Desmond Xavier. Ooh, that was a nice move by Takeshita. You got to know these guys were going to really go at it. And we have, let's see, Adam Priest taking on Jake Doyle from the Don Callis family. And we have, Místico and Speedball Mike Bailey taking on the Premier Athletes. We also have the CMLL Women's World Championship match. Billy Starks taking on Persephone. Chris Jericho taking on JD Drake. Obviously, of course, Hyon and Maya World taking on Mercedes Moné and Athena. So yeah, it's gonna be a solid stack card for Collision this weekend. Which I'm not gonna lie, I be having Persephone there. We don't need Ricochet bleeding. We don't need Ricochet bleeding down the aisle. Oh God. I mean, Jeff Mettling, we could. I don't think Sting would miss. I don't think Sting would miss out on Darby's wedding. I just want to see photos from that wedding. I just want to see it. I mean, Darby. I think Darby will be fine. And it worked out too, because it's in San Jose, California. He's in the Pacific Northwest, so there's a lot of leverage. Wonder will they use? Oh Lordy, I hope not. I know we had a conversation about weddings earlier today, but congratulations to Lash Legend and Trick Williams getting married. But Takeshita, he's showing some firepower. Collision this Saturday is definitely going to be a solid card. Persephone defending the CMLL Women's World Title against Billy Starks. Chris Jericho taking on JD Drake. Kevin Knight taking on Desmond Xavier. It'll be hilarious. Oh my God. That would be really funny if the suit was half and half. That would be hilarious. Oh man. Who's Speedball? So Jeff Mutterling Speedball is teaming up with Místico. I forgot who their opponents are, but Speedball is going to be teaming up with Místico. Ricochet was that close, and you almost gave Nigel a heart attack. Yes, Boza, it was the Premier Athletes. Speedball and Místico taking on the Premier Athletes. And of course, you'll probably see the annoying Mark Sterling at ringside. What is Ricochet doing? Man, Takeshita punched Ricochet in the face. What's he? Ooh, he's exposing that knee. He's taking a page book out of Takeshita's. Is he gonna do it? Is that gonna be it? 1, 2. Quick kick out by Takeshita. It is starting to pick up a bit. It's starting to pick up. Thank God there's no time limit on this. But I love that. The one thing I will say when it comes to AEW, I'm happy for the main event purposes. They don't have the same people on the main event spot every week, which I like. And they're giving other guys an opportunity. Like we've seen Ricochet, we've seen Takeshita, we've seen obviously Darby, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, many people on the main event spot, which I like that it's versatile. And it's not the same people like every week. There's always something different. I mean, of course, we had some of the ladies main event Dynamite. We had main event Collision. So it's nice that, and it's refreshing to see a lot of people have an opportunity in that main event spot. And it's not the same people. So it makes me smile. Oh man, Takeshita, man, he really hit Ricochet. What's Takeshita gonna do here? Powerbomb. Quick kick out by Ricochet. You know what? You know, it's funny. The ones who talk so much crap about, the referee. You know, Ricochet had a nasty headbutt to catch it. You know what I love when people, it's funny because I think when WWE had issues with content creators, you kind of have to be very careful because I love that people are now starting to watch AEW, but don't grift off of AEW just because you don't like what WWE is doing. I can't stand it in the wrestling field how people grift off of so much. It's like you're not watching the product. You're just focusing on the shiny new toys, and then you complain week after week after week of being consistent and saying there's not anything happening where you're not really paying attention. So I think that's something that AEW's PR team and even Tony kind of have to be very careful, especially on who they invite in the media scrums, because that's another thing too. I don't want them to invite somebody and just be like, you know. So I think I don't want no grifters coming into AEW just to grift off because of what's happening with WWE. Even with TNA. People don't even know what TNA when it was the Impact Zone. That's be it. 3, and your winner and still champion, Konosuke Takeshita. It was a good match between them. It was a good match. I hope they do well I hope Takeshita does well with this reign. I really want him to go off places as an international champion and bring some prestige back to the international championship. Because Okada he just faltered it. And it makes me sad. But yeah, steel cage match this weekend. Oh man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun Forbidden Door this weekend. Exactly, Jeffrey. Don't watch the same thing WWE. Exactly. Don't do it. And here comes Mark. Oh yeah, I forgot Mark Briscoe was going to talk. So it's our final match of the night. But I forgot Mark Briscoe was going to talk. But it's our main event. But at least we ended with Mark. I don't have a problem with Mark. Well, exactly. Well, here comes Mark. Hey, look, I don't have a problem ending with Mark Briscoe. I'm fine with it. But let's hear what Mark has to say. Okay, Mark. Jeffrey, be nice. Mark is good on the microphone. He gave a good solid promo 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Conglomeration, the Death Riders. Yeah, I'm having tech issues. I am having tech issues. You don't have Mark Briscoe when he speaks. And he should. Scumbag of the earth. Don't surprise me. He's got a cult following, that little jerk. I knew Mark wanted to say something. That's why he had to keep it filtered. Yeah, because if Mark Briscoe wins, he's entitled to an AEW title shot. That is very true. That's very true. He did pit him at All Out in Toronto. Oh lordy, what the heck is that creep doing here? I need somebody to really punch him in the face, please. The bald peanut fraud. Oh Jeffrey, bald peanut fraud. I need somebody to beat the crap out of that bald peanut fraud. And oh looky, it's that jerk MJF with a sneak attack. Yay! Just so Marina should show him where Kingdom. Oh lordy. And also remember too, Marina and Roddy are married in real life. Well, here comes Kyle Fletcher. Taking out Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletcher taking out Mark Briscoe. Where's the rest of the conglomeration? And here comes Takeshita. Boom! After the match that he had against Ricochet. Oh boy. And then here comes Okada. Rainmaker. I don't understand. Okada doesn't need the AEW International Championship. He really doesn't. But here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Don't mess with Kyle O'Reilly. He made John Moxley tap twice. He made that man tap. Here comes Kevin Knight. And there is Darby Allin. And he's getting married this weekend. All I know is I hope he does walk down the aisle and say, I do. That's all I want. Drop the- Oh, and here comes Jake Doyle. Yep, that's Jake Doyle. Jake Doyle. Who's missing? Well, there's Roddy. Yeah, the only person missing is Orange Cassidy. Well, here comes Roddy. Ooh, that was a nasty clothesline. There is my main squeeze. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. And he did the orange punch with the shades. See, I'm good. Look at that man. He just had the shades on. Well, he took off his shades. But look at him doing it so cool. And Roddy's being a good tag team partner. Put your shades on, sir. That jerk kicked him right in the nuts. Shame on you. And it's funny. They only faced off once. And you know, it's funny. I was watching Orange Cassidy's interview about MJF. And he said he's been avoiding him. And here comes Andrade. Inspector Andrade. I'm going to call him Inspector Gadget. Anytime he comes on, I'm going to call him Inspector Gadget. Because he dresses like Inspector Gadget. You can tell it was a matter of time. Andrade and MJF are going to come to blows. I would be so happy for Andrade's babyface, man. I would just love it. I didn't appreciate that jerk kicking my guy Orange Cassidy in the nuts. I kind of want to join the Death Riders. I don't know. They're taking membership. And of course, he has that ring. Ooh, he punched Andrade. I told you there was going to be a lot of egos. Ooh, and he kicked him right in the nuts. Go Mark. Go Mark. Go Mark. Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't appreciate You know what, Boza? I'm very curious for the qualifying match. I wonder if they're ending it as a surprise. Like a surprise entrant for the last one. I'm very curious on that. I know, you hit Inspector Andrade. And look at Mark Briscoe holding that AEW World Title belt. And you know, I love that they're giving opportunities to guys for a shot at the AEW World Title. I actually do like that. Get Sting. I don't know if Sting can, because we have to see, because he's retired. I think they could be a surprise entrant for Wednesday. But that pretty much ends AEW Dynamite. Ends in a brawl. Boza, I don't think it's going to be Mercedes Moné. I think there's many other women that they can choose from. Many other women. But, whew, that ends AEW Dynamite. It was an interesting. I smell a lawsuit from. Oh, Lordy. Now, anytime I see Andrade, it's going to be Inspector Gadget. And I'll be playing the Inspector Gadget theme song in my head. But that wraps up AEW Dynamite. The final go-home show before Forbidden Door. Pretty much hit every solid note that you could think of and get everybody ready for this pay-per-view. It looks like it's going to be a solid card. I'm very happy. Some people who have not gotten opportunities this Sunday really do it, because you get to see stars from CMLL, Stardom, New Japan, and even Ring of Honor come into the fray, which is very nice. And I don't want it to be just at the pay-per-view for Indoor. I want this to be something all year round. They continue this partnership. Granted, there's a lot of things happening. Obviously, of course, the partnership with MLW and Stardom, that is huge and a lot to look forward to, but it did hit the notes that it needed to be. But I'm getting ready to sign off because it's been a very, very, very long day for me, but it definitely was a solid card. You guys know where to find me on my socials. Make sure to check out some of the interviews that I dropped recently from 80s Wrestling Con. Did an interview with the daughter of the Dynamite Kid, Bronwyn Billington. Also, Dave LaGreca. That should be dropping very, very soon. Enjoy that. Also, when I was at MLW, my interview with Shotzi should be dropping soon. I had a really great time with her, and she is such a doll. Love her. Also, the fact to make sure to check out content that I have from Battle from the Brave earlier this month by Deanna and Steve. It was really, really great. But yeah, a lot of content to come, a lot of juking and jiving. So you can follow me on my socials. I will not be on WWT Live Friday and Monday because it is my birthday this weekend. So I am taking those days off and celebrate it because, of course, we do have a busy weekend of wrestling. You will get a watch along for Forbidden Door from me. I may hop on for TNA Slammiversary because I didn't get to share my thoughts regarding what's going on in TNA, but there's a lot of things, and I feel like this needs to be a case study to look like. So better be prepared with everything else happening. Also, with the fact to shout out to everybody from the WWT team because we got a lot of stuff happening because we are doing our part. We're taking care of business. We're doing everything that we need. Super excited for everything to happen. But yeah, this is me signing off. Also, make sure to follow ISPW. They got a lot of shows happening in July, especially the big show in Wildwood. It'll feature the Headbangers, Ken Shamrock, Ted DiBiase, everything else. So yes, please make sure to check out content all around. And thank you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are just so interactive. Shout out to Boza, Jeffrey, Sindel, Jordan from Canada, Eddie Foster, Aaron Teagle, everybody in the chat has been so interactive, and I'm very, very happy. And I'm excited that I get to do these kind of watch-alongs because I know people don't like AEW. It's not their cup of tea, but I try to embrace some of the positives that they have. Obviously, of course, give them constructive criticism because I want them to be better. I want their whole women's division to be great because they have tons of women they need to be utilizing. So I'm going to keep sending this to boss man Tony Khan, and I'm sure he's probably listening, that you need to air a lot of your women's division. Give them something else. And also, I want to see the main event of pay-per-view. It needs to happen. But that's a time for another day. But thank you again for supporting and participating in not Timeless Elite Wednesday, but supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and I'll just see you at Forbidden Door.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet.